Hello and a very warm welcome. Let's talk about number 77, Valtteri Bottas. He's been at Mercedes for a while now, and I have questioned this quite a few times. Is Valtteri Bottas good enough for that Mercedes seat? And I've questioned it and I've questioned it, and the bottom line is, he isn't. He isn't. I mean, let's have a look at his season. Yes, he had quite a lot of bad luck, but Mercedes, arguably the most dominant car in Formula 1 history. And he's won 2 races out of 17. Lewis Hamilton, on the other hand, won 11 out of 17. This is the difference. Of course, Bottas has his work cut out. He's up against one of the best, if not the best, driver. But to win 2 races in that Mercedes is shocking. I mean, he's been at Mercedes. Rosberg retired. He comes in 17, 18, 19, 20. Been there 4 seasons. He's never got close to a title. The title's wrapped up with 3 races to go. Every single time. And Valtteri Bottas, he'll go away for the break. He'll come back pumped, fighting. Like he did this season. He'll probably win the first race because he's fired up to go. And then for the rest of the season, he does sod all. And then he'll win a couple of races, he'll get pole. I've got to say, the qualifying, he's closed the gap. It's pretty close in qualifying. But races, Hamilton's in a different league. And people will say it's the car for Lewis Hamilton. But he's still got to beat his teammate. And he does it with ease. It's not even close. Of course, it is in qualifying. But the races, Hamilton absolutely destroys him. 124 points is the difference between Hamilton and Bottas. And Bottas, not only did he only win 2 races, he almost lost second in the championship to Max. Just imagine if Max had a better car. And then to top it all off, Bottas is already having a bad season. He's been pummeled by his teammate. He's having bad luck. And then Hamilton gets COVID, Russell comes in, and he basically gets beat. Well, Russell showed him up at Sakhir, ran the short circuit. And Russell should have won on his debut for Mercedes, if not for the tyre cock-up. And, of course, Bottas beat him in quali, but in the race he got showed up by Russell. I fully believe, and I've said it for a long time now, George Russell has done enough to warrant that Mercedes seat. He's a GP2, GP3 champion, comes in for Mercedes to replace Hamilton, should have won on his debut. He deserves that seat, and we're going to have to wait till 2022. For me, this is what I would do, and I'm not kidding. I would put Bottas back to Williams, and I would promote George Russell. That's genuinely what I would do. It's not going to happen. Bottas will be there for 2021. Russell will have to wait another year. But this is the problem now with Mercedes. Of course, Mercedes are dominant. They're winning the title. They're winning the constructors. But they don't want another Rosberg Hamilton. But that's, as a fan, that's what I want. I want it to be tense, anxious. It was exciting to watch Rosberg Hamilton. Now, we don't have that. We don't have it because Mercedes just want the nice environment. It's too nice between Bottas and Hamilton, complementing each other. Valtteri's a great opposition. I'm a Hamilton fan, and I don't agree with him that Valtteri's a great opposition. Rosberg was better than Bottas. Simple. Look at the championship, how close it was with Rosberg. Of course, he wrapped it up sometimes early, but Rosberg pushed Hamilton more than Bottas does. Bottas, he hasn't got it. He hasn't got it. For me, he's too nice. He's not aggressive enough. He's very inconsistent. He's a good driver, but he's not elite level. He will not be a Formula 1 world champion. Even if Hamilton retired and Bottas got another teammate, say a George Russell, Russell would beat Bottas. Bottas is a good driver, but he's very inconsistent. when the pressure's on, can he deliver? But Mercedes are just playing like they're happy with Bottas, because if Hamilton cocks up one race, Bottas will be there to pick up the pieces. But it's just too nice environment for me. I want to see hard racing like we saw with Rosberg. The tension, the rivalry. We don't have that now. And next year, Lewis Hamilton will batter Valtteri Bottas and he'll wrap the championship up with 3 or 4 races to go. It's a constant theme. As a Hamilton fan, I'm happy. I love it because I know Hamilton will be the champion next year. Simple as that. Because if there's no other team fighting Mercedes for the title, which will be highly unlikely because it's not happened so far. Ferrari kind of did, but not really. Mercedes are just better than any other team in this hybrid era. And Hamilton, Bottas, we need it to be closer. It's not going to be closer. I would rather bring Russell in, let him have a year learning. I mean, he's been 4 seasons now, Valtteri Bottas. He's never been close to the title. Of course he's won races. You would expect him to do so in the best car. But comment down below. Would love to know your thoughts. Like I say, I don't hate any driver, but this is an honest opinion. I've been questioning it for a while. Is Valtteri Bottas good enough? He's definitely good enough to be in Formula 1. But 4 seasons at Mercedes, never close to a championship. Does he warrant that Mercedes seat? I don't know. I think we could get a better driver in there and actually have a proper title fight. I'd say Valtteri Bottas has improved in qualifying. But in the race, I don't know. I mean, he won Austria first. And this is also a problem with Bottas. He wins the first race in Austria. He comes back from the break strong. But then, every time he wins, to whom it concerns, fuck you. So he's basically having a snap at his haters. But if he wins the championship, then by all means come on the radio and say that. But he wins in Austria, comes on the radio, to whom it may concern, fuck you. And then he wins in Russia. But for me, he should be coming on the radio and saying that if he wins the title. Not winning 2 races, finishing 124 points off the champion. That is my thoughts on Valtteri Bottas. I don't want to say like he kind of is and isn't. He's kind of conning that Mercedes seat now. We could get a better driver in there for sure. You look down the grid, and where do you rank Valtteri Bottas? Against everyone. You've got the likes of Max, Russell, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz. These kind of drivers. Would they be doing a better job? Would they be winning more than 2 races in the season? I believe so. Hamilton, I'm a Hamilton fan. I absolutely love it because I know he's going to break every single record going if he has Bottas as a teammate. Of course, Bottas will beat him now and again, but not consistently. But yeah, Mercedes, they're happy because they're winning the Constructors every year, but they're playing it too safe with the driver lineup they have. They don't want the animosity and tension that we saw with Rosberg Hamilton. And I want to see that again, to be honest. I like that. I'm a Formula 1 fan. I want to see Hamilton pushed. This season, he was not pushed at all. It was too easy for Hamilton. And think about it. 124 points Bottas finished behind. And Hamilton missed a race. So just imagine if Hamilton didn't miss Sakhir outer circuit. But they are my thoughts on Valtteri Bottas. For me, I think he should be replaced. He's had long enough now at Mercedes. Never got close to a title. That is one of the best cars in Formula 1 history. Of course, he's up against a legend of Formula 1, but I don't know. I feel like other drivers could do better. For me, George Russell should be in that Mercedes seat, 100%. The lineup at Mercedes should be Hamilton and Russell. Bottas deserves to be in Formula 1, but for me, I wouldn't keep him at Mercedes. Comment down below, we'll always reply.